She looks to be low flying. She looked like she's really trained on again since that track gallop here last Saturday.
She certainly has. She's a beautiful mare, and she's 7 Group 1 placings and behind proper horses. Via Sistina's gone. Autumn Glow's out of her way. So this is her time to shine, and I think she'll get it.
Autumn Boy, what do you make of him?
Yeah, love him at the 2,000 metres. His runs have been phenomenal. First 2 runs back. He chased a fast pace the other day. He stayed on really well, beaten by, I reckon, a proper filly. So hopefully he can turn the tables and get his chance to shine a bit.
Now, Autumn Glow, I said the other day I'm starting to run out of things to say about her, but like, what makes her so good?
Well, her demeanour's phenomenal. You guys see that as well. And her adaptability to position anywhere in a race. And look, if she just gets room today, keeps it pretty smooth, I'm sure she'll show her wares, because she is a very good horse. Her stride length is incredible. You'd actually make a comeback to ride her for sure. But yeah, she's just a very special horse. We're lucky to be riding her. But let's say this is her toughest test to date. There's no pushover here. I think out of the 12 horses, 10 of them are individual Group 1 winners, so it's a good race.
Fireball, it's going to come down to luck in running the slipper. It's a wide open slipper.
It is a wide open race, and he has his chance because he's got blinkers on. He's worked really well during the week. His trial was great behind a fancied runner as well, and a well-performed runner. So if he has a energy conservative run in transit, I think he can be a smoky for sure. I wouldn't rule him out.
Generosity, I thought, was massive.
Would have loved the gate for her though. She probably would have really enhanced her chances for sure, like any of them. But gate 16 or whatever she comes into, 14, makes it tough for her. But she's very honest. We'll ride her conservative and see if she can hit the line.
Now let's talk about these records you're about to break. Did you ever in your life?
It's not about me.
I know
today.
it's not over yet.
It's about Slipper Day.
I know. But still, like, did you ever dream, growing up on a dairy farm, wanting to be an All Black, but, becoming one of the world's best jockeys? Did you ever imagine this?
Not really. It's funny because I got a text from Sir Steve Hansen, who's the All Black coach, this morning, and that was pretty special. And he said, never shy away from it, walk towards it today. It's time to, never back down. And from an All Black coach, one of our greatest All Black coaches, obviously we've had the connection through Nature Strip, but I sat back and I thought, well, imagine what he told his players, before the great games against Aussie and South Africa and that. So they were special words. Embrace it, walk towards it, and feel it, So, and that's what I've been doing probably for the last decade. I've enjoyed my riding. I feel it, I see it, and hopefully win it.
Well, mate, before you even break the records, I just want to say well done. You're a legend.
Thanks, Brownie. Top man. Thank you.
Yeah, nice little compact field for the Ranvet Stakes to kick off the Group 1s. I've always been a fan of Aliana. Her runs in defeat behind the famed stablemate Autumn Glow have been terrific, and I think it's her race for the taking. I really think the Irish stallion, Trinity College, can run a big race, and he might be a hope to split Aliana and Sir Delius. I know it's a little bit controversial, but I think Trinity College will be the big improver. But I'm Team Aliana to complete the first chapter of history for James McDonald.
5 runners, but what an exciting Ranvet Stakes coming up. Weight for age. 2,000 metres. Mounting out for Harvey Norman. All you need in furniture, bedding, electrical and technology. And we start with Sir Delius. Craig Williams for Gay Waterhouse and Adrian Bott.
I thought he did more than enough when he was just out sprinting the Very Elegant at a mile there first up. He's right in his comfort zone now at 2,000 metres, and he's with a recent run under his belt. And he's the big threat to the favourite here.
He is. He definitely. I love the way he's come on from that first up run. He actually got a little bit hot and bothered in the yard at Randwick, but I will say he's a lot more switched off here, a lot more relaxed, which is certainly positive. He's still not at his absolute top yet. Another run just to top him off, but he's here to run a big race, and that here will do.
Lindemann, number 2, Nashrewilla rides for Chris Waller.
Yeah, we know he's been really good in his past 2 preps. He obviously had that cardiac arrhythmia, which we know they can bounce back from. Look, he handles it soft okay, but his best form is right on top of the ground. So that's the little query that I've got with him today.
Exactly right. I was hoping it would dry out a little bit more for him. Soft is as bad as he will. This track is as bad bad as he wants it. He's such a lovely individual. His 2 runs have just topped him off perfectly. If he didn't have Al Kantz in the race, he'd be out in front doing his thing, bowling along, and he might have taken some running down, but she might apply a little bit pressure there, but he's got a brilliant record over 2,000 here at home.
Trinity College, Damien Lane, Chris Waller.
Very interesting runner. He didn't adapt to the tempo on a sprint home there last start. Had his first Australian start. He's a big chance of going much better today. And after, well, he's going to run third favourite here now. He's into about a $12 or a $13 chance. I think he was $21 when we did the preview, and the world pool's all over him as well. Maybe that's the Damien Lane roll-up factor. I'm not sure.
I was very negative about his first start parade. He was a hot mess, and I did not like his attitude one bit. I was wondering how he'd be second up, having a run under his belt, and I will say he's a lot better. This is 10 times better than the horse I saw, even for his exhibition gallop. So obviously the freshness has been taken out of him coming into this, which is certainly a positive sign. I could almost give him a slight push. I won't get ahead of myself, but a slight push.
Here is the favourite, number 4, Aliana, James McDonald, Chris Waller.
Yeah, she's just been fantastic in those 2 runs behind Autumn Glow this preparation. She's had the perfect prep for, well, pretty well one of the grand finals here today, and she has to be hard to beat.
Definitely. I love the way she's matured. She's grown into herself. Her manners are impeccable this time around. Early days, she used to get herself a little bit worked up, especially when the jockey would get on. So we'll keep an eye on her now that James is about to jump aboard. And especially at Rosehill, she could get herself a little bit worked up more at home. So far, so good. I had to look twice to see it definitely was her. She came here last week for an exhibition gallop, handled it like a true professional. So she's maturing as she gets older and just getting better and better. And she's just looking immaculate. She's going to be hard to beat off her looks.
So 3 Chris Waller runners and 2 for Gai Waterhouse and Adrian Bott. Here is their second runner, Al Kantz, Adam Hieronymus.
Yeah, different set of colours I noticed on her. So it's probably not her race here at Weight for Age. I'm not sure. Maybe she will shape up. She adds interest tactically. It's like she might upset this race if she sort of burns along in front like she did when she was fresh first up. So, yeah, let's just see what impact she can have on this race.
She was too fresh first up and she raced like that. I think that's taken the edge off her. She's by far a lot better here. She's warm in different places, but certainly not as bad as she was there. So definitely a lot better parade here, second time round.
Ownership change.
Adrian Bott, ownership change for Al Kantz, different colours today.
Yeah, there's a small change during the week, so some new owners taking up the running today.
Okay, she'll take up the running, or what will happen with her and Lindemann?
Yeah, look, she's that's her style of racing. She does sort of like to have a nice even time of it through the run. She doesn't have the greatest initial tactical speed, but I guess the small field will help in that regard.
How confident are you Sedelius can deal with Aliana today?
Look, that's a big task for him today. I do think he's shown some nice improvement off that first up run that we wanted to see. I feel he's obviously much better suited at the 2,000 metres here today. But yeah, hard to ignore the form that she's in this preparation. So she'll be hard to beat, but I think he's in good order.
He's out there to win, but you're really expecting him to really hit his peak in the Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah, look, that's obviously everything what it's been targeted around. So there is still further improvement to come. Obviously want to see still want to see a very competitive performance today, though.
And what about Sheiky and the Golden Slipper?
Yeah, look, she's drawn to get a lovely run, which is the biggest thing for her today. We needed a kind draw just for her. She does need everything to sort of fall her way and go right, and she's capable of pulling off an upset. She's been, although she's been a little bit inconsistent throughout her career, she does have that natural brilliance there.
Good luck today.
Thank you.
Adrian Bott with Sedelius. Okay, this is what we've been talking about for ages. McDonald chasing down Oliver's record, and he gets a great chance to draw level with him with this mare who's crying out to win a race.
Oh, she's just been ultra consistent this time around, Gregor. She's been an ultra consistent mare since she started her career, but today I just think she looks absolutely spot on. I loved her gallop here last Saturday. I thought that she was low flying when she was going through the line. J. Muck even had a beeper on his skull cap to judge the time, but she looks terrific. She gets everything go her way here. She'll be back, she'll be out around them, and I just think she'll be way too good.
Chantel, who comes out on top?
It pains me to do this. It really does. I'm not tipping Lindemann as to run surprise, but I'm going to tip Aliana. She's just absolutely spot on. I don't know if they'll be able to beat off looks alone, let alone form coming into this. He'll run a clear second, but it's Aliana.
4, 1, 3, 2. I can't get away from her. Two good horses here. Could be a great contest, but she deserves to put another win on the board, and I think she gets a chance here. And obviously, we're all here to see McDonald break records and equal records, so love to see him get it out of the road here, drawing level. Sedalius won't be any easy beat. Really good. We'll let Tim talk about Trinity College. He's firmer than I thought he'd be, and Lindemann best of the rest. 4, 1, 3 and 2, Tim.
The market mover will be the favourite, Aliana. She's been well backed all week. 180 into as short as 150 this morning. She is getting out a little bit late, though. That's because we're keen to take her on. We thought these two are too far apart. We have a little bit of a lead, and we're just getting a little bit aggressive here. 165, we're equal top price in the market, Aliana. That's on a 160 NOP. So tab, top price, Aliana, keen to take her on. Just think she's a little bit too short. She is, however, best back runner by an absolute space. Sir Delius, just a touch easy, 280 out to 290 from the open. He's the second best back runner. We'll talk about Trinity College. Had been 15 out to 21 throughout the day. In the last hour, has been 21 into 11. It was a sneaky good run first up at its first run in Australia on a slow pace. It'll appreciate a faster tempo out to 2,000 metres. Barrier 1 soft run. We are looking to keep it quite safe, and it's been interesting, that good move for it. The only runner in the field that hasn't met with any support is Lindemann. 8 out to 15. The market hates it, and there is a little bit of specking for LL Cance. 51 into 31. It's going to run our near second worst way here, LL Cance. There's just been good money for it at long odds all week, but these two favourites are pretty much locked into their positions there. 165, 290. We are top odds about Aliana. 165 on the 160 NOP. Just a little bit under the NOP on Sir Delius. 290 on a $3 NOP. We prefer him. We think it's a much closer race than the market suggests.
They're loading in. McDonald sits on 128. Damien Oliver 129. This to equal is Craig Williams, who's ridden more Group 1 winners this season than James McDonald, out to spoil the party. Or can Damien Lane ride another roughie? He just won the previous at 80 to 1 on Beska. Here's Darren for the Ranvet.
Ready for the first of 5 Group 1s. The Ranvet and the gates are back. They're off. And Lindemann, as usual, reliable out of the gates and jump with his head in front. Trinity College is going to sit very handy. Aliana goes to third. Sedalius fourth. And Allow Cance, with a change of ownership and colours, at the moment is towards the rear of the field and towards the inside. So it's Lindemann in front by length and a half. Trinity College in his slipstream second. Allow Cance is going right up on the inside and is making up a lot of ground by doing so. Allow Cance has got in front of Aliana now. He just wants to over-race a tad in the early part, and Sir Delius had now dropped back to the tail of the field. Lindemann at the 1,400 metres shows the way by neat length on Trinity College. Allow Cance has crept right up on the inside going to third, but she's not in a controlling role today, Allow Cance. A length further back to the hot favourite Aliana, and 2 further back to Sir Delius, who's being very patiently ridden by Craig Williams at the rear of the field. They've got close to 1,200 metres to go, or well inside it now, and Lindemann in front by a length and a half to Trinity College. A neck back on the inside to Allow Cance. A length further back to the odds-on favourite Aliana, and 2 further back to the main danger Sir Delius, who still sits about 2.5 at the rears of Aliana as they go inside the 800 metres. And it's Lindemann doing his thing, rolling in the lead. Lindemann by a length and a half to Allow Cance and Trinity College. McDonald just biding his time at Aliana. Williams as well there on Sir Delius. So they come up to the home corner now, and Lindemann in front by a length to Trinity College. Allow Cance under plenty of pressure. Now Aliana being stoked up, coming to the outside, and Sir Delius the widest into the straight, and Lindemann is giving a ton of cheek. 350 to go. Lindemann by 3. Now Aliana is starting to close in, and Sir Delius as well. It's Lindemann all out, and Aliana, this great mare, ranges up on the outside. 2 further back to Sir Delius has got the job. It's Aliana trying to beat off Lindemann. Aliana being lifted by McDonald, and he closes the first chapter on this historic day. Aliana, a narrow winner of the Ranvet Stakes, edging out Lindemann and Sir Delius. A gap back to Trinity College, and Allow Cancer's last earner, and McDonald's done it.
Yes, just for a moment in time, just for a moment. How long that moment will be, we don't know. But they are together. Damien Oliver and James McDonald are equal on 129 Group 1.
But she pulled enough out there, and he'll lose no admirers there, Sedelius.
They're very tactical races to ride in, Ronnie, and like you said, Nash up front is very, very dangerous when he can just get to do his own thing. Sectionally, he just run that race to win. Terrific effort by J-Mate. We'll dissect it tomorrow morning, but just that last 50, how he saved that little bit of the carrot just to throw her over the line. Geez, a top rider.
The biggest ovation on a Sydney racecourse since Winks as James McDonald comes back. He's only equalled the record. Wait till he breaks it.